I managed to silence my phone right before it went off. Whoo! I knew there was something. I'm sitting here going, okay, right before you go live, what do you usually do? What do you usually do? And I remembered it right as after I hit the live button. But luckily, I was quick enough that I was able to actually silence it right before you would have heard it. So, mission accomplished. All right, now I do have to wait a second because the live stream for the chat window, for whatever reason, does take a minute or two to show up. So I'm just going to wait about a minute until it shows up, and yeah, then we'll be ready to go here. I've actually gone ahead and posted everywhere, so I don't even have to say enter, 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 because I did that. I was actually on top of that one. Let's see. On the off chance that thing shows up now. Let's see. Could it be? It showed up early. Wow. Activate selected. Click the button. Switch to live. Okay. Wow. Well, that means something else won't work, but that's okay. Right. So the only other thing I really have to do then is find the mirrored iPad window and do that. And then, wow, a minute. We're okay. Here we go. I have to hit this button. There we go. Yeah. I'm actually going to be ready to go here. Oh, I didn't test the thing. Let me test it. Test one. Wait. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. The only thing I have to do is turn this off so that I can hear the sound. But test one passed. Let's try test two. TEST2. Hey, it's all working. Unbelievable. All right, I'm going to get a drink of water really quick, and we're going to get rolling before 3 minutes are up. Unbelievable. Oh. That's a rarity. All right. Oh, I forgot to move my keyboard. That's okay. That's I can do in the background. That luckily does not require any type of technical expertise. I just have to move it. Only problem I have with desks is they get dusty. I'm not allergic to dust, fortunately, but boy, do I hate having to clean it all the time. Anyway, as you can see here, this is working. Yes, it is. I'm working on the cyberhead, or whatever this is going to be called eventually. And I've decided this thing is going to be covered in lines, as you can see. And I'm just kind of doing different patterns, but I'm going to cover the whole thing, except for the visor probably. Although, I may do something with the visor where it's got like a design on it. I haven't quite made that decision yet, so we'll see. What's my dog doing? Hey, what are you doing? Maggie, what are you doing? Just can't tell if she's like chewing on her leg or something. Yeah, you're fine, you're fine. I was just checking on you, making sure you're not doing anything that's going to hurt you or anything. Oh, that's right, I was doing this. Yeah, I was working on this the other night. Okay, so let's keep going here. Let's get these done. So yeah, you can see I've done these lines here that are kind of mirroring the lines in the face, where I'm just doing patterned lines here. So we'll just keep following this, and we'll go along. I was just watching right before I started the stream, I was watching a video by an individual. Channel name is the Mr. Mobile. Individual's name is Michael Fisher. The Mr. Mobile is the name that he went by for many years. I think he's trying to go more by Michael Fisher now as opposed to the brand name, I think. Had him on the show, had him on our podcast twice years ago, long time back. I've told him many times, door's always open for him to come back, but he's an extraordinarily busy individual. He covers, the reason that his channel name is the Mr. Mobile is he covers all kinds of mobile device stuff. And so his availability is very limited. But if the time ever comes where he wants to take a break from doing that stuff and come chat for a while, he knows he's always welcome. But I was watching his latest video. His videos are excellent. Excellently produced videos. One of the people whose reviews and technology opinions I put a great deal of trust in, because I he's one of these people like Jason Howell, another individual I've had on my show a few times, and probably will be having on at some point again this year, I think. For something completely unrelated to his technology stuff, I'm hoping to get him on when he releases his newest music album. But also, Jason Howell's another one who does tech reviews and has I just saw I missed some blue here. Has a very respectable ethics approach to things and is very upfront about it. Is that green? Is that what's bleeding in there? Hold on. Is that what that is? Looks like maybe it is. Or something. There it is. That's what's bleeding in. Huh, look at that. That little tiny dot caught my eye immediately. But anyway, yeah, it's a hard thing to find any type of reviews online anymore that you can really place a lot of trust in. I was watching one for mice, I think, something about mice. Not that I'm really I don't really need a new mouse or anything like that, but I keep track of things because I think it's very easy, especially with technology, to get very comfortable with what you got and not kind of realize that maybe there's better options out there and that they aren't always things that are going to cost you more money, which seems counterintuitive. Where I think we've become used to whatever the improved thing is, it's going to be more expensive, but that's not always true, actually. I just replaced I am one of probably the few people still left on the planet who I have a Bluetooth headset. I know this is going to sound strange to a lot of people. That is purely for making phone calls because I still use my phone as a phone. I make at least a few calls every day, voice calls, not text, not messaging app, not whatever else there is, not social media tags, DMs, whatevers. Boy, that makes me sound so old to say that, but whatever. So what are you going to do, deny what I am? I'm old. I'm an older person now, so whatever. But yeah, I make, on average, 3-4 calls a day, mostly to my wife. Just call my wife and check in with her at work and say hello and talk for a few minutes. And every weekend I call my mother back in New York and talk to her for about an hour. And so for a long time, I've had just a single, I guess you call it a monaural, single ear Bluetooth headset that I used and really never had much of a problem with until I shouldn't say very recently, probably within the last 6 months. In the last 6 months, it really started acting up. It would just drop its connection all the time. The company, Jabra, that makes them, doesn't even make headsets anymore. They got out of that. And the thing is, while I have a use for it, and I like having that headset specifically for phone calls, now it's one of those things where these headsets, they go for a lot of money because a lot of them are trying to also be your wireless earbuds for your music and your podcast and your everything. And you know what? I don't need it to do everything. I just need it to do the one thing that I need it for. And so I was thinking, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to end up having to spend a bunch of money on something where I'm not even going to use what it does, all the things it can do very often. But luckily I found that there's a company called Nothing, which is now it's basically anything. It's now a mobile phone and accessories manufacturer, I guess, at this point, because now they make a watch. Oh, wait, do they make a watch? Does Nothing make a watch? No, OnePlus makes a watch. But Nothing now makes earbuds. They make a few things now. They were just a phone company, and now they're making other things, and they make a set of earbuds. And I'll be honest, I have never liked, and I kind of hate Apple for popularizing the AirPod style with the little stems. I have never liked those stupid little stems. I understand that they make the microphone quality. Like, I get it. I know why they're there. But I have never liked that look. I still think it's very silly on people. I know everybody else is like, oh, you get used to it. It's fine. Everybody's used to it now. We all know what AirPods like, so we're all used to it. I'm not used to it. It looks like people have white candle wax dripping out of their ears. And it's never not going to look like that to me. Like I said, I really hate Apple for making that just something that everybody's used to. But regardless, What am I going to do? I can't change it. It's what it is. And now I'm one of those people because I got a set of the Nothing Ear A earbuds, because there's Nothing Ears and then there's Nothing Ear A's. The Nothing Ears are the expensive ones that have, great sound quality, ceramic drop. I don't need any of that. I'm just making phone calls with it. I'm still getting used to the fact that now I have phone calls in stereo. It's not something I ever really needed, but since I have the 2 earbuds, I wear them because why not, I guess. It allows me to, I think, concentrate on the call a little bit more, which is good. If I'm talking to somebody, I want them to feel like I'm actually listening to them and not, just kind of half listening with one thing in my ear. They're fine. I hate the look of them. They've got the little stem sticking out. But like I said, it's what it is. But anyway, where I was originally going with this before I just wandered off into the woods of nothing talking. I didn't mean to say nothing as in a pun, meaning I was just, I went way off the beaten path. So I was watching, hold on, I have to do this carefully, just a second. Sorry, I have to hold my breath when I do these lines, otherwise they will waver. So give me a second here. Okay. I don't actually hold my breath, but I breathe very shallow, so talking will actually make my hand waver. I already know it because these are thin lines. So I was watching Michael Fisher's latest video about a product called Light Foam, because there's this curved lines. I can talk easier and still do them. There's now this kind of response to the oversaturated mobile world we live in. We are constantly getting peppered with alerts and notifications. Hold on a second. Let me just drift this around. Okay. And so now people want phones that are actively kind of resisting the highly alerted and connected world. And he was talking about the fact that, he tried to go for 2 weeks without, being connected, and it's very difficult for him. And, to some degree, I respect that he even tried, because his job, his primary means of income is reviewing technology products. If there's anybody who's going to feel the necessity of being online and plugged in all the time, it's going to be him. So I give him credit for even trying. But, yeah, I mean, that's going to be a tough thing for somebody like him to do, because so much of his life is spent doing that. But I also thought about the fact that I think I don't know, and it's none of my business. I'm pretty sure he's at least a few years younger than I am. I'm 47. I don't care. You can know how old I am. What's the difference? But I'm pretty sure I'm going to guess 3 to 5, maybe 6 years younger than me. If I had to guess, I would say he's in his early 40s, or maybe even late 30s. And I feel like there's this really, really, really thin dividing line that I'm on the one side of and he's probably on the other, where the idea of going, it does not, I have no issue thinking about just not using my phone. I've done it. I do it. I will leave my phone inside the house, and I will go outside and sit outside when it's nice out. Not when it's 90 degrees like it is right now. But I'll just go sit outside, and I'll just kind of look at the clouds. And I don't feel, I don't feel any inherent pull to look at my phone. The only reason I have an impulse to look at my phone normally is because I have a ping pong ball of a brain, and I'll suddenly think of something. And I'm like, oh, you know what? I wonder about this. And that will make me want to look up an answer. I like having answers as soon as I think of questions, because if I don't get the answer right away, it'll just float out of my head. It'll just go away. I'll forget about whatever I was thinking about. But I don't feel like, oh, maybe somebody's texting me, or maybe there's an alert, or maybe somebody liked my whatever. I don't get any of that stuff. And I really feel like that's a thing that at a certain age, you suddenly just become very, very accustomed to it. And this isn't a criticism. I'm not saying there's something wrong with people who have that. I don't. I think it's just the way that in a very, very short amount of time, the way that people what's the word for it? The way that people interacted with their technology really changed. It really, really became a different thing, and people became very used to that kind of instant response. And for whatever reason, like I said, I think I don't know what the age, I don't know what the specific year age cutoff would be, but I feel like I'm in that, I'm probably at the very end of the age group where that still didn't really apply yet, where it doesn't bother me. If I realized that I left my phone somewhere, the only reason I would be concerned is because, personal information on it. But would I worry about the fact that I couldn't check Blue Sky for 2-3 days a week, whatever? No, that wouldn't bother me. It really wouldn't. The only thing I would really sit there and wonder about is, did somebody email me because they want to commission a proof? That's it. That's the only thing I would really feel like, if I don't jump on that, somebody could, think that I'm not responding to them, and that's about it. That's really it. Oh, that's too thick a line. That's too thick a space. But that's it. I don't have that compulsion. I feel very lucky because I think a lot of people do. And it's not because I have some kind of, it's not because I've got superior willpower and I can just resist it. It's not really that. Although I do now, more consciously, I will admit, I do kind of train myself to stay that way. That's what I'm talking about, where I'll just go outside with a magazine or an actual physical book of some kind, and I will make sure a couple of times a week that I just go outside and sit there with no phone, the phone is not with me, and just read. Or just literally, if there's like a nice breeze or something, I will just sit there and I will just look around at trees and hummingbirds or whatever and not think about a phone even a little bit. And I don't feel any type of loss from that. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. But I also have a feeling if I didn't make sure I did that a couple times a week, I probably would eventually become, I would start feeling like a lot of people do, where I was like, well, what's going on? What am I missing? What's going on? What's happening? If I didn't actively keep myself from being that way, that's why I don't want to pretend like I've got some kind of, I can resist it. I'm sure that I would have that same, techno itch to find out what am I missing out on? Did somebody message me? Did somebody like my post here? Did somebody comment on something that I did? And just to be completely honest about it, I'm not going to say that never happens. Again, I'm not trying to present myself as some kind of, what do they call it? Techno detox guru or anything. It is definitely not that. I love technology just like most people do. I mean, I love it. But at the same time, like I said, I really do think it's just an accidental age thing. I think I just happen to be in this age bracket where whatever that thing is, that dopamine hit, that as Michael Fisher puts it in his videos, that whatever that thing is, it just narrowly missed me. Just narrowly, because like I said, I don't think it's a huge gulf of years past me where it took hold. Because like I said, I don't think he's all that much younger than me. He definitely is. I'm pretty sure, or he just looks it. That could be too. He just might look young and I don't. But I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he is a few years younger than me. And I think that magic couple of years is the dividing line where some people came up and maybe it was because their first phone was slightly smarter than my first phone. My first cell phone basically could make phone calls, had a calculator. I don't even know if it had a calendar. It probably did. I'm sure it had a calendar. And it could play Snake. Or not Snake. It wasn't Snake. Sorry. It was like a rip-off version of Space Invaders. It was, it wasn't actually called Space Invaders. It was, probably called like Alien Invasion or something. Just a rip-off game. That was, you know, they couldn't call it Space Invaders because they'd have to pay licensing, but it was Space Invaders. And that was my first phone, and that was all I could do. And you know, that was post. No, that was in college. So maybe it's that. Maybe it's just the time where you get that first phone that is slightly smarter than typical. Like a lot of people's first phone was the Palm Trio. Well, compared to my first phone, that thing was a wonder computer. That was an iPhone to the Trio of the time, which if you're pretty young, you don't even know what that means because, you know, Trio's so long gone. But that was the iPhone of its time, was the Trio, which was it had a touchscreen, but it used a stylus, and it was definitely what the iPhone kind of wanted to get away from, because it did not have a touch. Well, it did have a touch screen, but it was meant for a stylus, not for your finger. It was not like an iPhone is. And as soon as the iPhone came along, that was it for Trio. Was all done. Boy, that line just does not look right to me. Hold on a minute. I gotta get this right, because this is gonna bother me if I don't get this correct. There we go. That looks right. Yeah, the Trio. The Palm Trio. Palm, which would go on to make Palm OS, or WebOS, sorry. And the magnificent Palm Pre, a phone that I still miss. What a wonderful phone that was. I'm sure I've talked about it before. It's one of those things where I just sit there and go, oh, I miss the Palm Pre. It was such a beautiful little device. Had a little slide-out keyboard. It was great. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning. I'm not tired. I'm actually surprised it took 20-something minutes for me to yawn. I'm gonna get a quick sip of water here. But anyway, like I said, why does that look different on the... Hold on. Oh, it's just the angle. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, he was talking about this light phone, which actually I told my my co-host was asking about that. He's been kind of looking at those type of things. Again, you know, he feels like he's a little too dependent on his phone. And I believe I did tell him about the light phone. But one of the things that Michael Fisher talks about, and it's a very good point, is there's so much now that, you know, assumes that you have a modern smartphone, from tickets to paying to all this stuff. I mean, I don't really think about it all that much because it's just what I'm used to, but I still pay for most things with a credit card, not with an app, not with Apple or Google Pay, but with a credit card, and occasionally still cash, but that's pretty rare, I have to admit. I don't use cash as much as I think I should, but I'm just used to having, but I pay for a lot of things with a card. And even the cards, I mean, most credit cards now, you tap the card to pay. It's got a chip in it, so it's very similar to a phone anyway. But I don't pay for, hold on, I'm gonna think about this. I don't pay for anything using tap to pay with my phone. Nothing. Not a thing. I do use phone apps to pay for things, like if I order ahead for coffee or something. But for example, the bagel place that's right near us, because I absolutely love bagels and I just love them. I can't not ever have bagels around. I still call them because their app assumes that, you know, that you just want an assortment of bagels every time, and I don't. I just want plain bagels, and you can't get that through their app, which is sort of astonishing, because if there's anything where you could get all the same, you would assume it would be all plain bagels. But no, if you're going to order a dozen bagels through their app, it has to be assorted. And so I'll call, and they'll say, oh, you can use our app. And I'm like, no, I can't, because your app assumes that I don't want all my bagels to be plain, and I do, because a bagel is a base, and then you add the flavors to it after the fact. That's just my opinion. You can eat bagels however you want to. I'm just saying, that's how we do it. But, you know, so I don't tap to pay anything. And my phone has NFC. I have a fairly current phone. It's not like I've got some, you know. Oh, I think I'm going to sneeze. Hold on a minute. Let me mute this. Wait, that's the wrong way. I'll do a quick fart sneeze. Okay. Whew. Sorry. Did not want to sneeze into the mic. Unfortunately, because of how close it is, you would hear it. And it would be loud. Yeah, so my phone is perfectly capable of doing tap to pay, but I'm used to using a credit card. And I think it's because I grew up when, everybody was using credit cards, so it's just what I'm used to. But I don't tap to pay for anything. I use QR code stuff for but I don't like doing digital tickets. I don't like any of that stuff. I still will, print out an actual ticket and, if there's an option to do that. I have used digital tickets, but I don't like doing it because what happens if your phone does a software update and locks up and now you can't get to your ticket? I just don't like relying on stuff like that. And it's not like there's any phone, including the iPhone now, that doesn't sometimes have a software problem that will cause it to lock up. It used to be that the iPhone was less susceptible to that and Android was more known for it, but you know what? That hasn't been true in quite a while. So yeah, it was an interesting video because I was watching that and I was just thinking, especially with the work that he does and the stuff that he covers, he's traveling all the time, which I cannot even imagine. I can't imagine doing the amount of travel he does. He seems to like it, though. Good for him. That's the nice part, is there's lots of different people in the world who like different things. I'm not somebody who's ever gotten the travel bug. Lando, my co-host, he likes traveling. He loves it. He does it quite often. Again, good for him. Not for me. I am not a person who needs to travel. Very simple that way. I like being at home with my wife. That's as much traveling as I need to do is when we go to this little food truck. What do you call it? Mall, I guess you would say. Near us. Sorry, I have to adjust this thing. This light that I've got keeps moving. It's keeps rotating. I'm gonna figure out. It's not gonna tighten enough or something. Anyway, I'm not gonna look at that right now. That's not what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna spend the stream describing how I'm trying to fix a light that seems to have a loose tightener on it or something like that. Because that's not what I think people come to the stream for. I don't actually know what people do come to the stream for, but I'm pretty sure it's not that. I was talking to somebody. I will not mention their name because, well, just in general, because when I talk to other people who do stuff, especially people who are trying to make a living at doing things like streaming and all that, I don't know how much of their stuff they like to publicize. But I was talking to an individual person who does a lot of video stuff, a lot of streaming, that type of thing, overseas. So this is somebody over in the UK, and I don't get the sense that there's, mentioning that, I just say that it's kind of a geolocation thing. I don't think there's any big difference in how people stream from the UK and the United States. So I'm not implying that, the British stream differently. Hold on, I'm getting some water. I don't even know. I mentioned that just to mention it, but hold on. And he was talking about, this idea of trying to figure out, because there was a while. Oh, wait, I think my thing, yep, the thing locked up, so hold on, I just noticed it. Let me turn this on for a minute so I can disconnect and reconnect. That should be pretty easy. There was a point, if you're on YouTube at all, that you probably noticed that YouTube was, and they still do to a large degree, they were really, really pushing that shorts thing. Oh, wow, it didn't reconnect properly. Hold on. Huh. It's weird. Whoa. Oops, I just accidentally did a complete fill. Let me... Oh, it's still thinking. Hold on. Did Reflector crash on me now? Hold on. I'm waiting. But anyway, he was talking about the idea that for a while YouTube seemed to really want people to do those short videos, a couple minute long, 3, 4, 5 minute long videos. After, for a while, they wanted everybody to do videos that were at least 10 minutes long. And now there seems to be a response to the shorts that people are trying to go the other way now. People want longer videos. And I'm just sitting here going, yeah, you know what? There is no point, in my opinion, of trying to figure out what people are interested in. I think people's interests just change so drastically that I don't think that I don't think it's healthy to try to figure out why. And and then I started thinking about, because I've been very critical more than a few times. Wow, did Reflector really crash that badly? I think Reflector crashed. Jeez. I don't know if it's going to restart. I may have to go into the actual, hold on. Wow. I haven't had a hard crash like this in quite a while. I think I have to go into the activity monitor and kill the process too. Jeez. But, I've been very critical many times over the years of the YouTube algorithm. I'm pretty sure I've complained about it on these streams more than a couple times. But then when I was talking to this individual, it started me wondering if maybe I have been a little bit unfairly critical because... Sorry, I'm not trying to... not your ears anyway. Because if people's tastes do change this drastically, this quickly for, seemingly no reason, could any algorithm truly be capable of keeping up? Airplane screen. I wonder if that's what actually crashed. Let me do a force quit of this. I don't know if doing any of this is going to wreck the stream. So far it's still live, but I'm trying to get... Reflector is just bouncing here. It's it's not coming up. So I'm just trying to get out of it, but I don't even see the process here as far as I can tell. Let me search for it. Because, man, it really crashed. I mean, it's just bouncing. I can't even get it to force quit. Oh, wait, maybe I can. Hold on. Let me do that. Let's see if that does it. Wow. It is really stuck. Holy cow. I mean, I literally can't even... I can't even get it to stop bouncing in the dock. Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can get the process to open. Oh, wait, it just stopped. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Is it still in the menu, though? It's still in the menu. That's so weird. It's still in the menu, and yet it stopped bouncing on the dock. Huh. Well, sorry, I'm just looking to see if any of these things... Yeah, I don't see the process running. Hold on. Mac OS, Reflector 4, executable. Let me see. I'm just giving it a minute to see if it... is it still showing in the force quit thing? It is. It's still there. Huh. I wonder how I find... Because I think that's why it's not... Let me see here. Oh, this is fun. Mac OS closed app still showing in force quit. Let's see if anybody has a solution. How to force quit? Force quit app still open? Yeah. Commando close window to not quit an app. Oh, this is saying yeah, reset. It's not up there. No answer to that. Interesting. Here, how to force... Well, I don't want to delete it. I just want to quit it. Still listed in force quit. Ah, here we go. Somebody's putting it here. Let's see. I always like looking to see if anybody else has had these problems. Oh, forced I have to verify I'm human. Okay, it doesn't appear to work. Still shows up. Okay. Wow. Nobody had an answer. Wow. Astonishing. Huh. So apparently there's just no way to fix this. Let me see if it's still in the window. Yeah, it's still in the window. And that's why I think when I try to open it, it's just going to bounce. Because... Oh, wait. Hold on. What's this thing? Oh, audio routing. Yeah, I don't care about that. Well, now I can't even get the... now double-clicking the app doesn't even do anything. You can't open it because it's not responding. Oh, this is great. Wow. Huh. Well, I'm thinking maybe this is going to be a shorter stream than usual. Because, oh, wait. Oh, it just closed. Okay, hold on. It just closed. Just took a minute. All right, let me open it now and see what it does. Does it do anything? See, I think it's getting stuck here. Well, you know what, though? I'm going to sit here. I'm going to wait. I'm just going to wait. And you know what? I'll tell you what. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and close my iPad. All right? Now, let's see. Hold on a second. I'm going to let that thing just sit there. I want to see what happens. I'm just going to give it a few minutes because it's very easy to just be in a big rush. And you know what I'm going to do is let me get this. Hold on a second. Just waiting. How come this thing isn't linking up? There it is. Okay. Let's go to... I'm just going to let that thing sit there and bounce for a minute. But so that you're not just staring at that screen forever, I'm going to go ahead and look in here for... Whoa. What was that? I don't see it. Here we go. Restart. Oh, not let me... Oh, that music's just really loud. Well, you'll probably hear it. I don't need to hear it. So now let me go to here. This was not my plan, but like I said, if I do this, wait, why? Yeah, I don't care about that anymore. Where is the? Oh, I have to select it? Sorry, hold on a second. I have to select the window. Hold on, bear with me. There it is. Hey, there we go. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna just do this. And I'm just gonna, wow, it stopped bouncing again. Huh. Well, you know, I'm just gonna let it sit there for a minute. But this might be what we're doing. So, sorry. I know this was not the plan, but, you know, sometimes that's how it goes. We'll just play little Jaws here and see if Reflector ever figures itself out. I have a hunch it's not going to. So this is probably going to be the rest of the stream, which I won't do for long. But I do quite enjoy Jaws, I must admit. So I don't exactly hate playing it. I know it's generally not regarded to be a very good game. And it's definitely on the simpler side. What you're seeing now is basically what the gameplay is. But, you know, I enjoy it. I always did like this game. And most people I know, I remember I had this game and nobody wanted to play it but me. So, again, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's a misunderstood classic. Wow, 2 crabs in a row. Well, that helps the speed anyway. Because I think that would be just completely distorting the truth. But I always liked it. Whoa, man, I cannot believe that thing didn't kill me. Wow. Wow. That thing was so close to getting me. Oh. Now, if you've never played the NES version of Jaws, and I would not blame you if you haven't, the thing about this game is that what will happen is, right now, if you look, see these jellyfish? They kind of go upwards in a very straight pattern. Nothing too complicated in the opening. They just go straight up like that. There's generally one every few seconds or so. Not a ton. There's not a lot of them. But as the game goes on, and as you become more powerful by collecting these shells and going into the 2 docks in the entire map, those jellyfish will start to angle themselves. They'll start to kind of aim at you. And there will be more of them. And that, in itself, is not necessarily a huge deal, unless, oh, and there's the baby Jawses, the little sharks, which usually this would traditionally trigger a plane scene. Let's see. No? No plane? Maybe it'll be after. Sometimes it does it right away. Oh, here it is. Bonus scene. I just have to orient myself on the buttons. Okay, it's that. Okay, got it. So those jellyfish, not these. This is the bonus scene, so it doesn't happen here. Ooh, got him. Yeah. Oh. I gotta get the other way. Look at that, huh? Come on. Ah, missed. But when they start angling, then it gets tough. Because if you get into a shallow end with them, oh boy, you got to get real lucky. Because they will get fast and they will just keep coming. And when that happens, it can be very, very hard to stay alive. And the problem is when you get killed, especially if you have the submarine, well then... Oh, wow, I completely mistimed that. If you get killed, you lose half your shells. You lose... I don't remember if you lose half your power or not. But it puts you severely behind, and they still stay as tough. So even though you have lost half of your ability, they don't. So now we'll get the tracker. Oh, see, like this. This, once those things can move and they're throwing a bunch of baby sharks and everything at you, this will kill you right here. This, you might as well just stay at the top and hope that you can hit them and have them drop something, because that will delay them slightly. So, for example, if I hit one of these jellyfish and it drops something, another jellyfish won't appear for a little bit. Probably an extra, well, until the thing disappears. So maybe 10 to 15 seconds, I want to say. So like if I hit that, well, these things aren't dropping anything, which is not great for the early game. You would think they'd be dropping more stuff, but they're not. And you don't know how long this is going to last. You don't know how, I don't think there's a specific thing. So here, we're going to get now this is the tracker. So now I'll be able to actually see Jaws' heartbeat, so you have a rough idea of where he is. You'll see a little line that goes da-dunk, da-dunk. Oh, he's right there. Oh boy. Oh boy, gotta run. See, and this is the most dangerous part right there. Now I've just upped my power, so that's good. Is when you go into the dock, it's all shallows. So if you get one of these random encounters right where the dock is, you're gonna be in trouble. So I want to guess Jaws is up there, so I'm gonna try to go around him. But I don't know exactly where he is. You don't want to be near Jaws either. So, I mean, unless you get your power level way up, which mine is not. So, okay, so this is good, because I'm in the deep. But let's see. Are they going to start angling already? No, not yet. Still doing straight. But they will, don't worry. They will. Yeah, still going straight. And not a lot of baby sharks yet, but they'll come. They will come. Trust me when I tell you, it won't take long. Okay, come on. Come on. Whoa, jeez. Oh, now I'm going, you know what? The problem is I'm going too fast now. Getting those crabs. I usually like to stay at 2 crabs. 2 crabs is fast enough for me to be agile, to move out of the way, but not so fast that I overcorrect. Because as you can tell, it's easy to move, and you gotta kind of stay in the middle too. This is actually, okay. Baby shark's good, because that'll trigger a bonus scene, hopefully. The middle of the screen, in general, is where you want to be, because you have the most latitude to get out of the way. Bonus scene? Oh, no bonus scene. Interesting. Oh, I think he's around. Hold on. Okay. Well, he's not that close, I don't think. Oh, yeah. See, now there's more of them. So they're not moving yet, but there's more of them. And this is where it starts to get tricky, because now you got to be careful. Since they come from the bottom of the screen, you don't want to move too much because, towards the bottom, because they could just pop out of nowhere and nail you. They could. And they will. Eventually, they're going to be gunning right for you. I don't even bother with the stars. The points don't mean anything. These shells are all that matters. So there's no real point in, Reflector is just not, it went away again. Interesting. Sorry, I was intending to draw for the entire time, but apparently Reflector had other plans. Okay, there we go. Yeah, see, it's because the character does not stop instantly, which is to the game's credit. I mean, in the water, you don't just come to a dead stop. But boy, oh boy, you got to be so careful, because just one wrong move and that's it, and you will drop. At least with the submarine, you get one hit. The submarine gets hit and then you come out of it. So at least the submarine, oh geez, I really took a chance there. At least with the submarine, there's a chance, but not like this. All right, now they usually come from the opposite side. Ah, of course. Ooh, wait. Ah, got it. Okay. All right, let's see. If you time this right, you get them all in one shot like that. It's mostly luck, though. Yeah, see, like I didn't get it that time. Can't blame the game for that one. Just luck sometimes. Where are they coming from? Oh, boy. Yeah, not great. Not great. I'm on the wrong side. Actually, am I still on the wrong side now? Hold on. Well, not as bad, but still not great. I might get... Yeah, okay. Oh, they're going to come from that side. Ah! I got to be over here. Okay. This game, by the way, based on the fourth Jaws movie of all things, even though it's called Jaws, the game itself based on Jaws the Revenge. Interesting choice. But the more I think about it... Okay, well, I got lucky. I'm not in the shallow end, at least. But, they're starting to move. See that? They're starting. So the strategy now is you want to get the moving ones to drop like that. That's perfect, because that means the moving ones take longer if they drop things to come back. And see, this is where it gets tricky, because now you have to deal with, okay, where's the moving thing, that thing, and the shark, and you got to get out of the way. And this is actually... This is relatively shallow, but still, well, I should say relatively deep, but still shallow enough. You got to watch out for the moving ones. Yeah, see? And then it's like, okay, if you're moving out of their way, you can't move into one of the stingrays. So you got to be careful. Got to be careful here. Because the moving ones are the real killers. They really are. And when they're all moving, it's just all bad. Oh, I shouldn't have gotten that shell. I wasn't trying to get that shell. I was trying to get the other one. Whoop! See that? They'll try to get you. They'll try. And they are aiming for you. That's not random. The game's trying to get you. Hooah! Okay. Yep. So, yeah, it's one of these things. All right, let's kill this thing really quick and watch out for the moving one. Got lucky. So far, nothing. Huh? Thing might be about to expire. Let's see. Might be. Oh, the sub. Go for the sub. Oh, jeez. Just want to get to the sub. Yeah, this is the other thing, is once you get to the random encounters when... All right, I got lucky because these are not moving, so I caught a break here. Whoa! Even the still ones can... Ah! See, but now they're putting them under me. So they're still straight, but now they're starting to randomly place them right under my position. So you're never really... You get... I want to say up until the first power up. See that? They were trying to pincer me right there. Yeah. See, the game's not stupid. It is subtly making things harder. Or trying to. I have all these shells now. I should at least power up one more time, but I got to get to that sub. I have to get to the sub. Another problem with the sub is when you are like this. Okay, come on, get it and get out. All right, I'm getting away from the shallows. Gotta watch out for Jaws, too. Oh, there he is. Wait a minute. Did I come out of there? I can't remember if that's where I just was. Oh, he's going to show up. This is going to be tough. This is going to be tough because with the sub... and this is not a particularly deep area either, of course. With the sub, you get more offensive power because you have these cannonball things, but you cannot hide up here with Jaws the way that you can as the swimmer. If you're just a diver, you can hide on the very top, and even though it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, Jaws can't hurt you if you're all the way up here. But when you're in the sub, you will lose the sub. So you have to now avoid him. Now, I'm very, very lucky in that there is no... See, I got to delay him enough to be able to move. There are no moving jellyfish right now, which is an extremely fortunate event for me. But I have to be careful. See, it's like you got to be careful where you're moving with this thing because I don't want to lose the... Oh, boy. I don't want to lose the... and baby shark now. Okay, hold on. Let me pour it into the baby shark. Of course, big shark came, so I got to come back around this way. All right, there's the shell. I got to watch out for the stingrays. I got to watch out for everything. Really? I got a bonus scene just for killing it? Okay, that's... I don't remember that happening usually. Did that always happen? Jeez, maybe I'm just misremembering. It's not like I play this game all the time anymore. Not like when I was younger. I just want to be able to power myself up. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm happy that I'm away from Jaws now, although he could be right there. He could just stay right on top of me when I go into the port, and if I hit the port and it's a shallow port, then I'm... You know, I have a feeling I'm in the wrong spot. I think I need to go to the other port. I really do. I think I'm in the wrong one. Because the first thing you get is in the other port for the tracker. The second one, I only powered up once, and that's in the port that I'm going towards, so I got to get out of here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going towards the wrong port. Where am I? Okay, I got to go this way. I'm going to go this way and hope that Jaws doesn't show up again, although it seems like he's relatively close. Maybe not. Maybe I'll get lucky here. Oh, no! This is... Okay. This right now is not the worst case scenario, but it's not great either. What I have to hope now is that Jaws doesn't show up. Because if Jaws shows up now, I will lose the sub almost for sure. So I'm just going to float up here. Oh, jeez, I forgot about these things. Oh, man, I got to be careful. I got to be careful with these baby sharks. Okay. I'm not even touching that thing. I'm not going anywhere near this stuff. I've got it. Okay, go. All right. Okay. 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 Not bad. Not bad. I'm at power 3, which isn't a high level. But I got to desperately make a race for the... All right, now here we go. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. See that? See that? Now they're going to be moving a lot. And they're going to keep coming if I don't keep killing them and having stuff come out of them. And these things complicate, because even with the sub, these things are tough. The baby sharks, I mean. Those things are tough no matter what's going on. So now I'm dodging lots of stuff. See, and this is where the sub, at least the sub gives you one hit. But I really want to hold on to the sub, because if Jaws shows up, I mean, if I get hit, the sub at least gives me a hit out. But I need to power up one more time, and then I can probably go after Jaws. Probably, because you... Okay. These things. Man, these things are the worst. Okay. And see, they don't always give you a bone... Wait, which way was it going? Wait, I was going this way. Oh, man, I'm losing... I'm getting myself lost. Okay. Oh, boy, look at all that stuff. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the moving jellyfish to show up. You know they're going to show up. They got to show up. Or is this one where they're just going to throw a bunch of stingrays at me and baby sharks? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Just trying to keep it. I'm okay, I was gonna say this is way too easy right now. Way too easy. I'm really surprised that there's no jellyfish right now. There's lots of the sharks, which are they're manageable. They will start throwing multiples of the babies at you though too. There will be parts where the little Jaws show up more. So far that hasn't happened, but it could. They come from behind you, so if I'm facing left, it's going to come from the right. That's just how it works. Oh, wow. Oh, no, because I'm further away on the screen. Oh, okay. Man. I mean, this game, I mean, it's not as hard as something like Ninja Gaiden. Don't get me wrong. Let me pause real quick and make sure that nobody is sending a message because I can't really see it. No. You know what? I just noticed that the screen is, like, off-center. Why is it off-center? That doesn't matter. Okay. All right. Anyway, here we go. All right, load into that guy. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to make this game seem like it's as hard as some of the harder NES games. It's not a Ninja Gaiden level. Or Gaiden, I'm not sure how you're supposed to pronounce that. I'm not saying it's that relentlessly merciless, but because the simplicity almost makes it more difficult because there's just so little... There's so much that comes at you within this simple space. You kind of, I guess you to a degree, work yourself too. Like, I need more shells. I can't make it to the port. If I can't make it to the port, I can't use the shells. They give me all these shells. I can't do nothing with them. Because I can't make it to the port. I got 30 shells. I just need to get to a port to power up. And you see, of course, Jaws has, you know, healed because I haven't hit him in a while. Which is fine, but, you know. Come on. Let me get to the port. Then I can actually... I literally could probably kill him. But the challenge is getting to the port. I mean, this is all fine. At least I'm not fighting a jellyfish, but, you know, I would like to actually kill Jaws. Because I can. Or I could. If I could power up 2 more times, Jaws wouldn't be all that tough. He'd actually be, I wouldn't say he'd be easy, but he wouldn't be that hard. Because I can power up. It doubles every time, I think. So I'm going to go back up. Jeez. I mean, oh yeah, look at them. Now they're all moving. And none of them dropped anything. So now you basically have to like spam one side or the other to make them come towards you. And you got to hope they drop them. Now, if they start throwing a bunch of the baby sharks at me, it's going to get really tough because I'm going to have to maneuver around them. Woo! Okay. Yeah, see, this is... None of them are dropping anything, which makes it tougher. All right, so now there'll only be 2, so that's fine. It's good if you can stagger them. You can't always do it. Okay, got him. All right, come on, guys. Just drop something. There we go. Tell you. It gets nerve-wracking for a game this simple. It does start to become a thing where you just have to move and hope that they go where you were, not where you are. So see, I got to whip around this way. Wait, move. Oh, I don't know where they are. Okay. Go up, go up, go up. Is this where oh, no. Okay. I'm finished. They're going to hit me. There's no... All right, well, I got lucky there. Every one of them dropped something. But yeah, you see what I mean? They're just going to pile up now. And unless I can keep them dropping stuff like this, which I've been lucky. So far, they're dropping things. That's okay. But they move, and they will just suddenly go the other way. So you can't even count on them staying in the same direction. You know what I mean? I mean, look how relentlessly they're showing up. I'm getting lucky that they're dropping the stuff they're dropping. Okay, I got very lucky there. Okay, get in there, get in there. Okay. Whew. You know what? At this point, I just want to fight Jaws already. Because if I have to keep fighting these things, I'll go crazy. I mean, I'll try to make it to the other port, and then I'll just fight Jaws. Because this is miserable trying to do this. Okay, that's it. I'm going after Jaws now. I'd rather fight him at this point than take a risk that I get a shallow thing again. So I'm just going to wait right here. Let him come to me. There he is. All right, let's get him. All right, here we go. And of course, those things blocked me. So I couldn't even shoot him with the ship that much, which is not great. Because the ship has like a, it has that cannon on it. That would have been really nice to get him with. Instead, I got to fight a million of these little sharks. Try not to get their things so I can fire at him more. They'll show up again in a second. Don't worry. They'll be there. Yep. So now I got to shoot them. But he is going down. He is going down. If I have long enough to get him, we'll see. I don't know if I will. Because they're, of course, going to absorb the shots I'm trying to get into him, which is not great. So I'm just going to spam this thing and hope I can get him. Get up there, fire the cannonballs, shoot that thing, get up there, shoot into his butt. Keep firing, keep firing, keep firing, keep firing. Oh man, my thumbs are not made for the amount of button spamming I'm doing at this point. Oh, these things, these little sharks are killing me. I mean, I'd rather have them, don't get me wrong, than the jellyfish, but still, they're making this a lot harder than it needs to be. Come on, come on, come on. He's almost down, he's almost down, he's almost down. Come on. Oh, no! Wow. Really? A bonus scene? I mean, that feels like the game knew I was about to get him and decided that they were going to get me instead. I mean, come on. Bonus scene there. Really? I tell you. Can we just get this over with so I can kill? I'm not going to power up again. I can't believe it. I had him one thing away and they spring a bonus scene on me. And now I just got to sit there and wait for him to come back again. I mean, I think he'll recover his power. So he's at 1 bar now. I don't think he's going to be at 1 bar for long. Okay, enough. I'm not going to shoot these things anymore. Unbelievable. I mean, just incredible. Just incredible. Yeah, great. I'm going to get 7 shells. Watch. 5. Okay, I got 5. I'm just going to sit here. Okay, well, luckily, he did not regain much power. So I'm just going to sit here. There we go. All right, let's get him. Where's he coming from? Okay. Oh. Shoot. No. Oh, jeez. And there's things. Okay. This is gonna be trickier. I gotta really hope I can get him quick, because if I can't, these things are gonna get me. I can tell you right now, they're gonna get me. They will get me because they will angle at me, and it's going to be really tough. No matter what, it's going to be tough. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Got him. All right. Here we go. Now, the only thing I don't know is which key makes him jump. All right, it's not that one. Okay, so it's that one. All right, well, I had to learn that so I could do it. God, I missed him. Okay, hold on, hold on. Come on back, man. Yeah, okay. Come on. You have to get him at just the right angle, which is the tricky bit. Hold on. Oh! What? And now he's at full power? How does that work? Oh, man, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, there's no way. I cannot believe it. I can't believe that I didn't get him on that last one. He should have been finished right there. How did he not die? I had him lined right up. How is it that he's... I tell you. Okay, let's see if we can get him. I'm not that hopeful. I think I'm going to get nailed. I think that something's going to get me because I'm really kind of irritated that I didn't get him. Because I had him lined up. I feel like I really had him lined up there. But, you know, I guess that's how it goes. Come on, come on, come on. Plus, I haven't been able to even really hit him with the ship's cannonballs, which puts me at a disadvantage because normally you can get a couple of shots, good shots on him with the ship, which I haven't been able to do. So now again, I'm kind of going from behind on him, and I got to dodge these things and these things. And come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, okay, got it, got it, got lucky, got lucky. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy, come to me. Come on, buddy. Let's do it. Yes. All right. Okay, here we go. Here we go, Shaw. Here we go, Jaws. Let's call him Shaws. Shaws. Ah, he dodged. Oh, nope, nope. I rushed it. Gotta wait. I'll tell you right now, though, if I don't kill him this time, I'm not doing this again because my hand is getting sore. Like, you gotta be younger to be doing this much button spamming, and it's just not happening. So, nope. He's going. All right, come on, come on. I really can't believe I didn't hit him that last time. It's really weird. He's gonna angle. Whoa! Yes! Victory! Ha ha! All right. Well, this was not the stream that I expected to have, but you know what? Sometimes that's how it goes. So, regardless, Jaws has been defeated. And that brings this stream to a successful close. So I apologize for whatever went on with Reflector. Hopefully that won't happen again. But at least we got to watch me kill Jaws. And it only took me about, 40 minutes? So pretty good run. Anyway, like I said, sorry, this was not the drawing stream I intended. But we got to watch me kill a pixelated shark. So not a total loss. Thanks for hanging out. For what this was. And as I always say, go find a supporter that you enjoy and support them in whatever way you can. Monetarily, by just telling them you like their work, sharing their work, leaving them a review, whatever works for you. Because creators need your support. And whatever little bit you can contribute, whatever it ends up being, I guarantee you it will be appreciated. On that note, hopefully this will not be a repeat phenomenon. I hope I can. I'm going to reboot the machine after I end this stream. And that should hopefully fix whatever's going on with Reflector. And on that note, everybody, thanks for hanging out. And until next time, where hopefully we won't have to just watch me play Jaws again. Until next time, thanks for being here, and take care.